Alright guys, so what we're going to do today is show you how to actually take a screen and coat it with a photographic emulsion. Now emulsion for our purposes is simply a light sensitive coating. Now we're back here in the dark room and it really isn't dark back here. We use yellow safe light. And the reason we use yellow safe light in screen printing is that yellow, the color yellow, does not actually cause a change to the molecular structure of our emulsion. We could also use red safe light, but we choose to use yellow simply because it's a brighter light. Okay, so basically at this point what we have is we have a screen mesh attached to a frame, and remember we talked about the mesh being similar to a window screen in your house. Now the mesh that we use, if we look at this screen, this is marked with a 200. This particular screen mesh has 200 threads per inch, so the openings of this screen are very small. So that's going to produce a very thin layer of ink when we print on a t-shirt, in this case because we're printing a photo stencil t-shirt. Mesh comes in different colors. Our mesh happens to be yellow because it gives us nice photographic reproduction properties. We'll be able to hold all those fine details, especially if you're doing a grayscale image with those small tiny dots. We also do have some white 86 and 110 threads per inch mesh that we use when we're printing darker garments, so we lay down heavier ink deposits. But for the photo stencil, we're going to use a yellow 200. Now at the end of this process, we will have a screen that looks like this. An emulsion coating. We'll coat once on each side. The goal is to have the emulsion coat even and consistent, so we will get a nicely exposed stencil. The tool that we use to apply our emulsion is called a scoop coater. So kind of like a painter uses different tools like a brush, a roller, or a sprayer to apply paint to walls in a room or a house. This is what a screen printer uses to coat screens. So a scoop coater is a trough, and I'm going to take the emulsion and pour it into the trough. The emulsion comes in black 5-gallon containers. We use a product called ImageStar SBQ emulsion. It's a photopolymer emulsion, so it exposes very quickly to white light. Alright, now when we coat a screen, we put the screen into this little holder. It's just a U or C channel. I'm going to take the scoop coater and put the thin edge of the scoop coater against my mesh. And I'm going to start with the substrate side. That's the side that touches your t-shirt. I'm going to allow the emulsion to flow across the entire coating edge. And it's kind of thick, so I got to give it some time to do so. Now I'm going to press firmly against the mesh. You'll hear that sound. Some people get freaked out by that sound. You don't like the old school sound of chalk or whatever, scraping nails across a chalkboard, kind of like that. And then when I get to the top, I just let gravity allow the emulsion to come back into the scoop coater. And there's my first side coated. You will get a heavier bead of emulsion on the edge. That's normal. That's not going to cause us a problem, because we're not going to have a stencil image out that far. Now I'm going to turn the screen around to the squeegee side, or the ink side, or the print side. 3 terms for this side of the screen where we put our ink, squeegee, and do the printing. Now I'll put the coater again towards the bottom, and I'm allowing the emulsion to flow across the entire edge of the coater. Good control of the scoop coater. Get close to the top, drop the coater down, and then I'm just going to slide side to side and up to capture the emulsion back in. And then there is our emulsion coated screen, evenly coated. Now if you want to, you can hold it up to the light, see if you have any inconsistencies in the coat, and if you do, you can go over the coating again on both sides, kind of like if you get a drip on a wall when you're painting a wall in your house. If you go over it while the paint is wet, you can smooth it out. Same concept here. If I can go over it again, if I notice some inconsistencies, I can smooth that out so I have a good screen. The last thing, we're going to store it in the bottom, towards the bottom of one of our screen racks in the darkroom, and we want to put the print side or squeegee side up, and that allows gravity to force our emulsion down to the substrate side of the screen, which gives us a better quality stencil when we do the photographic stencil exposure process.